The market is changing. I get asked almost on a daily basis, is this a good time to buy, Miles? So let's jump into it. I want to give you this quick video today. My name's Miles Pitcher. I'm the owner of Superior Lending, and I'm located here in Utah. I've been in business 21 years. Please like and subscribe to this channel. All right, we're going to hit these two questions. This is, in the past, I've been able to have great interest rates, been able to help my clients get into homes, and no doubt, great time to buy. Right now, the thing we focus in on with where the market is and with it changing is these two primary questions. Are you comfortable with the monthly payment with where rates are and the home prices right now? And how long do you plan on living in the home? And we'll circle back to these questions at the end, but they are super important. Right now, we have inflation that's super hot. We believe it's going to continue getting worse until the fall of 2022. We believe a recession is coming. In fact, we think it's inevitable. There's a video I've done, and it was earlier in the year, that said, here are the historical predictors of a recession. And it goes through data, and every single one of those items that predicts a recession has been hit. And I want to emphasize that a recession is not a housing crisis. This is a way that the economy cools off. We have been running this economic engine at full board for quite a long time. I think of the movie Ford versus Ferrari, one of my favorite movies, where they take the car out, they push it, they test it, and it breaks down. And it comes back in, and they sit there and analyze and say, hey, the car weighs too much, or the brakes aren't big enough for it, or it handles wrong on the turns. There's too much float in it. This is what our economy is doing right now. It's going to slow down, reset, get better for the future. It sets us up for future growth. So even though the recession is coming, it should not be something that freaks people out, especially in housing. 0809 was a housing crisis simultaneous with a recession. They were not the same thing. Now, we know the Federal Reserve is serious about getting inflation under control. They're going to continue raising the federal funds rate to bring down inflation. And please remember that the federal funds rate is not your mortgage interest rate. They often get confused. So we'll talk more about that here. So right now, as I watch, we see more inventory on the market. We see higher interest rates, and we see some opportunities here. So first of all, I see people who are trying to time the market. In my opinion, timing the market is a really risky and bad thing to do. The best time to buy a home is when you can afford to buy the home, right? Back to our first two questions. Are you comfortable with a monthly payment? We believe that even though there are more homes in inventory for sale right now, we are still very short. There's 2 to 2.5 months of inventory right now available. In a healthy seller's market, there's supposed to be 5 to 6 months of inventory available. So we're still very, very short. Where I'm at in Utah, we know we are way behind on housing. Even with all the new construction, we are short on inventory. Think about this. The average homeowner right now has an interest rate on 4%. They are not moving. They're staying put. They're doing renovations to their home. They're just staying put. In addition to that, there's a large contingency of hedge funds, corporate companies that have purchased real estate, and they are sitting and holding those as rentals. What does this leave? A smaller amount of inventory available, which is going to help sustain and hold up prices, because we still have many people moving into the market. We have many people looking to buy investment properties, and we have people coming of age that are graduating college and jumping into the home ownership part of the economy there. So really, we are behind, and we're going to continue being behind on home inventory for a very long time. With that shortage of inventory, it's going to hold prices up. But right now in this market, with more inventory available, you're going to be able to get sellers to actually help you with closing costs. A few months ago, it was, hey, you have to come in with down payment, you have to cover your own closing costs, and you have to be able to cover an appraisal shortage. That's not the case anymore. It's awesome. You can come in with your down payment. There's most likely not an appraisal shortage, or it can be negotiated, and you can ask for seller paid closing costs. There's a killer strategy that we have for our clients right now that helps them to buy down their interest rate to be able to get a lower monthly payment using seller paid closing costs. I will put a link for the video on there in the body of this, the text of this video. Great strategy. In fact, we ran one last week. A agent who was selling a home, they were offering $10,000 to the buyer to buy down the interest rate. And for the right buyer, what would that have done to the monthly payment? And this was a $570,000 home, I believe. It would have reduced their monthly payment by $209. Phenomenal way of getting a permanent rate buy down. In many cases, this is better than looking at an adjustable rate mortgage. Anyways, use the opportunity right now. Use it to find the home you want and to be able to use the seller paid closing costs to your advantage. We believe that as inflation gets under control, you guys watch, it'll happen. I believe even as early as next year, rates are going to come down and we will then be helping people in our strategic refinance plan. What is that? It is a no to low cost refinance for our clients, because normally the objections to refi is, oh, you have to pay closing costs again and you have to restart the 30 years over again. We can do it with or low closing costs, and we can keep you on the same schedule. If you still have 29 years left on your mortgage, when we redo the refi, we can keep you on 29 years. The other beauty of it is that if you jump in now and the appreciation continues happening, it's going to help put you in a spot where maybe you can reduce or even drop the PMI on your loan. That is the beauty of a refi in the future. So again, circling back to our questions, are you comfortable with the monthly payment, and how long do you plan on living in the home? Do you have a long-term outlook on this home? Okay. And as long as you're comfortable with that monthly payment, you now have a fixed payment. And in the future, we'll be able to help lower it, put you in a better spot. But as long as you're comfortable with the payment while you're buying the home, it's a good time to buy. So find the house you love, marry the house, just date the rate. Because if you're not happy with the rate in the future, you can come get a new one from us. My name's Miles Pitcher. I'm the owner of Superior Lending. Let me know if there's any questions or scenarios I can help you with.